Hi everyone, in this video I am going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 3 Core, which is a calculated paper in a session February-March 2025, Paper 3-2. Now you have given the list of formula, so no need to memorize it. Now in paper core and in extended, in both IGCSE core and extended, you must have given the list of formulas. Question number 1, Taj is 1/4 years old. Work out her age in months. Okay, so 4 times 3 is 12 and 12 plus 1 is 13. So what is 13 by 4? So he is 13 by 4 years old. So 13 by 4, since calculator is allowed, so it is 3.25 years old. This is the age. We have to find the age in terms of months. So 1 year is equals to 12 months. Okay, so what about 3.25 years? You can do 12 times 3.25. You will get the answer in terms of months. 39 months is the age. Question number 2, Dev has $25 to buy some cups which cost $4.25 each. Calculate the maximum number of cups he can buy and the change he receives. Okay, so with $25, the total is $25 and the cost of each cup is $4.25. You have to divide and check. 25 divides 4.25, 5.88. So this is 5.88. So the maximum number of cups he can buy are 5 cups he can buy. And what is the cost of 5 cups? The cost of 1 cup is 4.25. So for 5 cups, the cost is 5 times 4.25. And then check the change. 5 times 4.25. This is 21.25. 21.25. So we have to find out the change which he receives is from $25, subtract 21.25. Okay, 21, take away answer. The change is $3.75 he will receive. All right. Question number 3, part A, measure angle A. Let me use a protractor to measure the angle A. All right. Okay, so you guys can see this is 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33 degrees. This is the angle A. Angle A is 33. Now for part B, write down the mathematical name of this type of angle. So this angle is less than 90 degree, right? So this is acute angle, which is less than 90. Question number 4, from this list, write down the number that is, number A, a multiple of 13. 13, multiple of 13, 30, 31, 32, 30, 34, 35, 36, 37, 30, 39, means 30 to 39. These are the numbers. Which is a multiple of 13? Let's see. 13 times, okay, 13 times 2, 13 times 3, 39 is a multiple of 13. Okay. Part B, a factor of 140. Which number is divisible by 140? 140 is even number, so it ends at 0. Okay. Is it divisible by 30? 140 over 30? No. Is it divisible by 32? 140 over 35? Yes, it is divisible by 35. 140 is divisible by 35. The answer is 4. So the factor of 140 is 35. Part C, the largest prime number. Okay, the prime number is a number that has only two factors, 1 and the number itself. 31 is a prime number, but it is not the largest one. 33 is not prime. 34, 35, 37 is a prime number. Yes, it has only two factors, 1 and 37 itself, and it is the largest from the given list. Part D, divisible by even cubic number. Which number is divisible by even cubic number? Okay, even cubic number is a number which pick an even number and take out its cube. Let's say 2 is an even number and its cube is equals to 8. So which number is divisible by the even cubic number? Let's suppose 2, which is 8. 30 is divisible by 8? No. 31? No. 32. 32 is divisible by 8. 32 is divisible by 8. Yes. So 32 is divisible by even cubic number 2. Now for part E, 20% of 190. So this is 20% of 190. Let me simplify it. 20% of 190 is 38. This is 38. Question number 5. A farmer plants tea trees each day. Write an expression for the number of trees he plants in D days. Okay, so one day the farmer plant tea trees. Now for D days, the farmer plants D time T trees. So dt. Part B, a train has P passengers. X passengers get off of the train and Y passengers get on the train. Write an expression for the number of passengers on the train now. Okay. So the total passengers are P, X get off and Y get on. So the equation is P minus X plus Y. Question number 6. Raj think of a negative number n. Okay, he adds 10 to n and then multiply by 5. The answer is 30. Work out the value of n. Okay, n is a negative number. It must be a negative number. So let's say negative n. He adds 10 to n, so he adds 10 in that number and then multiply it by 5 and the answer would be equals to 30. Okay, what is that number? So minus n, 10 times 5 is 50. The first step is in that negative number he adds 10 and then multiply by 5. The answer is 30, right? Okay, so minus n plus 10 stays the same. This is 30 over 5. 5 times 6 is 30. Minus n plus 10 equals to 6. Okay, so that number n would be 6 minus 10. So this n would be equals to negative of 4. So you can think of that number should be positive, right? Not negative, sorry. He thinks of it number n and he adds 10 in that number and then multiply by 5 and the result is 30. So dividing by 5 makes 6 and then subtracting 10, you will get a negative number that is equals to negative 4. Question number 7. The diagram shows a straight line crossing a pair of parallel lines and a straight line. Complete these statements. Part A. Angle A and angle dash are corresponding angles. Which two angles are corresponding? This is angle A and this is angle G. These two are corresponding angles. So angle A and angle G are corresponding angles. Angle A and angle E are dash angles. Angle A and angle E, these two are alternate angles. These are alternate angles. Question number 8. These are the first 4 terms of a sequence. Part A. Write down the term-to-term rule for continuing this sequence. Okay, in 31 we subtract something to get 24. 21 take away 31. Subtracting 7. In 31 we subtract 7 to get 24. In 24 subtract 7 is 17. And 17 subtract 7 is 10. So term to term rule is subtract 7 each time. Part B. Write down the next 2 terms of the sequence. Okay, in 10 subtract 7 would be 3. In 3 subtract 7 would be negative 4. So these are the next 2 terms. Find the nth term. As you can see, this sequence has the common difference. They are increasing or decreasing by the same amount. So this is an arithmetic progression. Its nth term is a plus n minus 1 into d. A is the first term of the sequence. N minus 1, d is the common difference, which is negative 7. So 31 minus 7n plus 7. In 31, add 7 is 38. So in 38 minus 7n, this would be the nth term for this sequence. Question number 9. A cuboid measures 3 centimeter by 7 centimeter by 11 centimeter. Calculate the surface area of the cuboid. So the surface area of a cuboid has a formula 2 into length times width plus width times height plus height times length. So the surface area becomes 2, 3 times 7 plus 7 times 11 plus 11 times 3. Okay, so the surface area is 2 into 3 times 7 is 14, 7 times 11 is 77, 3 times 11 is 33. Okay, so what would be the surface area? 14, 77 and 33. 14 plus 77 plus 33 times it by 2, 248 square centimeter. Oh my bad. 3 times 7 is 21, not 14. I messed up. 21, 77, 33 times by 2, 262. Question number 10. The table shows an ordered stamp and leaf diagram. A and B are A, B, C and are missing numbers. A, B and C. Okay, this is ordered. Keys 1 and 3 represents 13. For the 10 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the range is 27. Okay, the median is 16, the mean is 16.5. Work out the value of A, B and C. The range is 27. The difference between the higher and the lower is the range, right? So we have given the range and it has a formula. The higher value subtract the lower value. The range is 27. We do not know the higher value. 2C is the higher value, 2 with some C, and minus the lower value is 0, 2, 0 and 2. So 27 subtract 2. This is 2C. From 27 take away 2 is 25. This would be 2C. Sorry, it's subtract and it's moved. It would be add. 27 plus 2 is be 29. So 2 and 2. So the C value is 9. Right? So here the C value is 9. We got the C. We have done with the range. Now the next is the median. Median is the middle number, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these two are the middle. Take the average of these two. Alright, so the middle two numbers are 1 with B and 1 with 7. So 1B plus 1, 7 and dividing by 2, and this would be the median, that is equals to 16. We are working on the median. Median is the middle value of the data. Since there are even numbers, the total numbers are 10. So you have to find the two middle numbers and take out its average, right? So 1 with some B. So B can be 1, 3, B and 7. So B value can lies between 3 and 7, right? Plus 17 equals to 2 times of 16. So 2 times 16 is 32. So 1 with some B is 32. Take away 17 minus 17. This is equals to 15. So 1 with B. 1 with B. So B value is 5. From here we can easily guess the B value. And we can easily guess the C. 9 is the C value. Okay. B value is 5. The C value is 9, 5 and 9. Now the last is the mean. We have to use information about the mean. Mean is the sum of all values divided by the total, which is equals to 10, right? So this is 0 to means 2 plus A plus 11, 13, 15, 17, 20, 24, 26 and 29. These are all the numbers. So the mean we have given is 16.5. This would be equals to sum of number is 2 plus A plus 1 is 11, 1 3 is 13, 1 5 is 15, and 1 7 is 17. And with 2 we have 20, we have 24, we have 26, and we have 29. We have to add them up, divide all of them by the total numbers, which are 10. So let me do this. Okay, this is 2, 11, 13, 15, 17, and 20, 24, 26, and 29. Okay, 157. Okay, 16.5 times by 10, this is A plus 157. Okay, 16.5 times by 10, 165. From 165 take away 157, that is my A, minus 157, so A value is 8. We got the A value, which is 8, the B value is 5, and the C value is 9. Now for part B, complete the statement. There is no mod. What is the reason? A value is 8 over here. The answers are 2, 8, 11, 13, 15, 17, 20, 24, 26, and 29. So there is no mod because there is no repeated value. That is why there is no mod. If there is a repeated value, then there is a mod. Question number 11. The scale drawing shows the position of two lighthouses P and Q, the P and Q and the north line. The scale is 1 centimeter, represents 0.8 kilometer, which is given to us. Part A, number 1. Find the actual distance between P and Q. The actual distance in terms of centimeter. First we have to measure. Okay, you can see this is the 0. What is actual distance? I'm sorry, we're doing in inches. In centimeters. Okay, it might be different in my case. It depends on the printing. But in exam, all of the students have same printed papers, so you will get the same answers according to the marking scheme. So as you can see, according to my printing, you can see the between 0 to this would be 8.5, 8.6, 8.7. According to me it is 8.7, but according to the marking scheme it must be 9.5 over here, right? So it can be 9.5 if there is no printing error, right? So this is 8.4. I'm just telling you the concept behind it. So first you have to just measure the length. So if the length is 8.4 centimeters, so you have to convert the answer into kilometers according to the scale. So you can multiply it by 0.8 to get the answer in terms of kilometers. So 8.4 times 0.8, this would be 6.72. But according to the marking scheme, the answer should be 9.5. Then you multiply 9.5 with 0.8 to get the exact actual distance between the two lighthouses P and Q. My answer is different from the marking scheme because of the printing error, but your answer will be same because all of you will get the same printed papers in exams. Now for second part of A, measure the bearing of Q from P. So from P to Q, this bearing you have to measure. All right, let me use a protractor and measure the bearing. So according to that, okay, this is 90, 95, 100, 101, 102, 102 degree. 102 is the bearing. Now for part B, a boat B is on the bearing of 127 degree from P. Calculate the bearing of P from B. Okay, there is a boat B which is on the bearing of 127 degree from P. So from P to the B, the bearing is 127. Where is 127 bearing? This is from 10 to 90, 120 and 127. 125, 127 is over here. This is the boat B. Here is the boat B, the north line. Draw the north line of the B. This is the boat B, right? Now we have to calculate the bearing of P from B, means from B to this P. You have to measure that bearing, right? Okay, so this straight line, obviously 180, add something. Okay, these two are parallel lines. As we know, this line and this line is parallel. So the north line to this B, this angle we have given is 127. So this angle and this angle is also 127 because they are alternate angles. So the bearing should be in 180. Add 127, you will get the answer. 180 add 127, this is 307 degrees is the bearing, 307. Question number 12. Mo asks some people if they prefer sun, rain or wind. The pie chart shows the information: sun, wind and the rain. 45 more people prefer wind than rain. Wind than rain. Work out how many people prefer sun. Alright, so here we have to find the difference in degrees because 45 more people prefer wind than rain. It means 45 people is equals to wind minus rain. All right, so we have to subtract the degrees. 95 degrees minus 80 degree, this would be equals to 15 degree. If 15 degrees equals to 45 people, what is 1 degree? 1 degree equals to 45 out of 15 people. So 45 over 15 is basically 3. So 1 degree represent 3 people. We have to find the number of people prefer sun only. Okay. The complete pie chart is 360 degree. From 360 degree subtract 95 degree and subtract 80 degree. You will get the answer for the sun in degrees. Let me calculate it. Okay, 360 minus 95 minus 80, this is 185. So the sun is 185 degrees, right? If 1 degree is equals to 3 people, what is 185 degrees? We are not dealing with the number of peoples for wind, for rain and for the total. We are just working on the sun, right? So this would be equals to 3 times 185. This number of people prefer sun. Okay, 3 times 185, this is 555 people prefer sun. All right. Question number 13 is I changes $20,000 into krona. Okay, $1 into euros and 1 krona into euros. Use exchange rate to calculate how many kronas she receives. Give your answer correct to the nearest krona. Okay, now dollars converting to krona. Okay, $1 is this much euros. So what about $2,000? $2,000 is 2000 multiply 0.615 euros. You have to convert the answers into euros first. Dollars into euros. 2000 multiply 0.615. The euros are 1230 euros. All right, now converting euros to kronas. By conversion, that 1 euro is equals to 1 over 0.087 krona. Okay, so what about 1230 euros? This is 1230 over 0.087 kronas. Okay, so divided by 0.087, this is 14137.9. So correct to the nearest answer in krona. We have to find 14,137 changes to 38, rounding kronas. Question number 14, part A, we have to factorize this. 8 and 2, the common factor is 2, x square, and x, the common is x. 2 times 4 is 8 and x and minus 1. So 2x into 4x minus 1 is the factored form. Part B, expand the bracket and simplify. 5 times 2 is 10m minus 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3m and 3 times 7 is 21. Okay, 10m and 3m would be 13m, and from 21 take away 5, this would be equals to 16 plus 16. 13m plus 16 is the simplified answer. Question number 15, part A. A car travels 95 km in 2 hours and 15 minutes. Calculate the average speed of the car in kilometer per hour. So the average speed is total distance traveled over total time taken. So the distance traveled is 95 kilometers, but the time should be in terms of hours. So what is 2 hours and 15 minutes? So 2 hours and 15 minutes is 9 by 4 hour. 9 by 4 hour. So the answer should be 95 divided by answer 42.2 kilometer per hour. Keep this in mind that 2 hours and 15 minutes is 9 by 4 hours. Now for the second part, we convert 8 meter per second into kilometer per hour. Use the conversion that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meters. Okay, and 1 hour has 60 times 60 seconds. Okay, now meters to kilometers. Meters to kilometers. So 8 is going to divide by 1000 and per second, so multiply by 3600. 60 times 60 is basically 3600, right? So 8 divides 1000 times 3600, this is 28.8. So 28.8 meter per second. Question number 16 by part A. She shares $480 in the ratio 2, 3 and 7. Calculate the value of the largest share. So what is the total ratio? 2 plus 3 plus 7. So 3 and 7 is 10 and 10 plus 2 is 12. Okay, so the total amount is 480 divided by the total ratio is 12. So what is 480 out of 12? This is equals to 40. Okay, now we have to figure out how much it is shared. So 40 times 2 when the ratio is 2, 40 times 3 when the ratio is 3, and 40 times 7 when the ratio is 7. Let's find 4 times 2 is 8 and 0. 4 times 8. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 3 is 12. 7 times 4 is 28 and 0. So the largest amount is 280. When you add all of them, 280, 120 and 80, this is, 280, 120 and 80. This is 480 the total. So the largest here is $280. Part B, simplify these ratios. Number 1, 48, 98 and 147. In its simplest form, you have to write this down by using calculator. This is 2:3. Okay, this is 2 to the power 450 divides 2 to the power 452. 2 to the power 450. It's error. Okay, so let me simplify this. We have to break this 2 to the power 450, and here we have 2 to the power 450 into 2 to the power 2. So these two powers are cancelled out, so it is we have 1 over 2 to the power 2, so this is 1 by 4. So 1:4 is in the simplest answer. Question number 17, part A, we have to solve for x. So x would be equals to 3 times of 18. 54 is the x value. Part B, find the value of y. Okay, 6 to the power 9 minus y equals to 6 to the power 11. When the bases are same, we can add the powers. This we can just compare the powers. Now here we have the powers and the division, so I shift into the numerator to make it positive, right? Okay, now here 9 minus y would be equals to 11, and 9 minus 11 equals to y. Shifting y on the other side becomes positive, 11 becomes negative. So negative 2 is the y value. Now for part C, we have to simplify. Now a to the power 6 over a to the power 4, b 1 over b to the power 3 into b to the power 2, because you have to shift this into the denominator to make it positive power. So the power 4 and here the power 4, or we can just simplify a to the power 6 minus 4, shift into the numerator, and 1 over b to the power, add the 3 plus 2. Okay, so a to the power 2 into 1 over b to the power 5. So the simplified answer is a b power minus 5, or we can say a square over b to the power 5 is the simplified answer. Question number 18, part A. Claire invest $12,000 for 3 years at the rate of 8% per year compound interest. Calculate the value of her investment at the end of 3 years. Give your answer correct to the nearest $10. Okay, so compound interest A equals to P into 1 plus R to the power T. The amount we have to find, investment is $12,000. 1 plus interest rate is 8%. Amount of years are 3. Just simplify. 8 over 100, add 1 and take its power of 3 and multiply it by 12,000. Okay, the answer is 15116.5. We have to find to the nearest $10, right? So this is to the nearest tens, right? So 151, 1 and 6. So 6 is more than 5, so add 1 over here. 1 plus 1 is 2 and the other digit would be 0. This is rounding to the nearest tens. So these two are ones and tens. Okay, now for part B, Zach invest this much for 1 year. After 1 year, her investment worth is this much. Calculate the percentage increase. Okay, percentage increase is how much is the increase? 630 minus 560 divided by the original, which is 560, and multiply it by 100. 630 minus 560. Divide 560, multiply by 100. This is 12.5% is the percentage increase. Question number 19, part A. Write 2025 as a product of its prime factors. Okay, let us find out the prime factors with the help of calculator. So write down the number. Let me show you 2025, this number, and press the equal key. You will get this, and then you have to press shift and the fact button. This is the fact button. You will get the prime factors. 3 to the power 4 and 5 to the power 2. 3 to the power 4 times 5 to the power 2. These are the prime factors of this 2025. Write 2025 as a product of two square numbers and both greater than 1. That are both greater than 1. Okay, so the square number. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25, 6 square is 6 times 6 is 36, 7 square is 49, 8 square is 64, and 9 square is 81. Okay, and so on. So these are the first 10 square numbers. 9, I guess, yes. So we have to write down the product of two square numbers that are both more than 1 from here. 4 times something makes 2025, 9, 18. If we can do 25 with 81, yes, 25 times by 81, this is 2025, and these two are the square numbers. 25 times 81, 5 square times 3 to the power 4 is 81. Yes, we will get the answer from here. The hint is 5 square, and this is 81 is 9 square. product of two square numbers. Question number 20. The diagram shows three shapes A, B and C on a 1 centimeter square grid. A, B and C. Okay, on the grid part A, draw the image of shape A of the rotation 90 degree clockwise about center 0, 3. X is 0 and the Y is 3. This is the center of rotation. You have to rotate the shape A 90 degree clockwise. Okay. So the center is 0 and 3. This coordinate stays the same. You have to shift this coordinate. So these 2 units, these are the 2 units. So the 0 and 1. This is 1 unit. So this is 1, 1. So here it is rotated. This is pretty simple. Okay. Now the shape A is rotated 90 degree clockwise about the center 0, 3. Now at B, describe fully the single transformations that map number 1 shape A onto shape B. A onto B, it is a translation. So fix one vertex. So 1, 2, 2 units to the right and 1 down. So it is a translation. Two units right and 1 down. So in terms of vector, we can write down 2 and -1. Horizontal translation is 2 and the vertical translation is -1. Number 2, shape A onto C. A to C, obviously it is an enlargement. We have to find the scale factor and the center of enlargement. This is an enlargement with the scale factor and some center. Okay, the scale factor of enlargement, we can find out the scale factor, the enlarged shape and the original shape. Enlarged shape is 2 and the original shape is 1, so the scale factor is 2. We have the scale factor of 2. Let's find out the center of enlargement. Okay, to find the center of enlargement, what we have to do, we have to connect the corresponding coordinates. Okay. Okay. And we have to connect this vertex with this and this vertex with this on the same straight line. So these can join at the point 5 and 3. That is the center, which is 5, 3. Part C, calculate the size of the smallest angle in triangle C. Triangle C, the size of the smallest angle we have to calculate. So look at triangle C. Let me measure. This length is 2 units and this length is 4 units. Now we have to find out this angle. Okay, so opposite and the hypotenuse. Okay, or we can measure this angle because this angle is 90 degree. We know we have to find the rest of the 2 angles, then we have to decide which one is the smallest angle, the size of the smallest one. If we say this one is alpha and this angle is beta, so alpha, the opposite and the adjacent, so tangent ratio 2/4. So we can say tangent of alpha is 2/4 and alpha would be equals to tangent inverse of 1/2. 2/4 is 1/2, right? The other angle is tangent of beta. Why we are taking tangent? Because this is the opposite and this is the adjacent. Now opposite over adjacent, 4/2. This is 4/2, which is equals to 2. So from here beta value is tangent inverse of 2. Okay, tangent inverse of half is 25.56 and tangent inverse of 2, this is 63.4. So which one is the smallest angle? Obviously this angle is 90 and this angle is 63, this angle is 25, so the smallest possible angle is 25.6. Question number 21, part A, show that the sum of interior angle of a pentagon is 540 degree. Okay, so for pentagon we have to show that the sum of interior angles. Okay, pentagon has 5 sides. Okay, so if we have 3 sides it is a triangle, right? So the angles are 180. Sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. If we have 4 sides, which is a quadrilateral, right, sum of all angles are 360 degree, right? And we have 5 sides, sum of all angles are 540 degrees. So what is the difference? In 180, if we add 180, you will get 360, and we add 180, you will get 540. So adding 180 each time to get the interior angles of the next regular polygons, right? Or there is another formula that you have to fix the sides minus 2 multiply by 180. Here you will get the sum of interior angles. So the number of sides are 5. 5 minus 2 times by 180. So this is a standard formula which you can use anytime. So take the number of sides. You must know the number of sides of that shape, subtracted by 2 and times by 180. So 5 take away 2 is 3, and 3 times 180 is 540 degrees. So it is proved that in sum of interior angles of pentagons are 540. Moving to part B, in this part all angles are in degrees, sorry. The diagram shows the 5 interior angles of a pentagon written in terms of x. Part 1. Write down an expression in terms of x for the sum of interior angles of the pentagon. Give your answer in its simplest form. Sum of 5 interior angles of a pentagon add up to 540, which we have already done in part A. Okay, so these are 5 angles. Let's say 2x, and then I'm moving anti-clockwise. X plus 40, and then 3x minus 5, and then 3x minus 25, and then x plus 35. This sum is equals to 540. Let me solve for x terms first. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 10x. Now let me solve the constant terms. There is no constant. Here is 40 minus 5 minus 25 plus 35. This is 45 plus 45. This would be equals to this said write down an expression in terms of x. We have to write down for the sum of interior angles. Sorry, not equals to. This is the sum of interior angles. This is expression for the sum, which is 10x plus 45. Okay, second part, work out the value of x. Now it is simple. Now 10x plus 45, this would be equals to 540 degree. So 10x would be equals to 540, take away 45. Okay, 540 take away 45. So x should be equals to 495 out of 10. This is 95.5 and 49.5. This is the value of x. Okay, so that was the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.